And what's up, everyone? Today is December the 19th, 2018, and we are on a daily recap here from sellthatoption.com. Let's go ahead and take a look at our spiders. Really interesting day. We've had just really fantastic days recently, but one of the things that we notice is another huge down day. The spiders were down 1.5%. We see that our chart has completely broken down, and we are going into uncharted territories. Really, since this bull market, we have not seen the breakdown of such a chart in quite a long time, and now we can certainly say with some level of finality that this trend line is certainly an area of resistance. 9 EMA continues to act as resistance here, as well as the death cross continuing to act as kind of some guiding legislative guidance here. So let's go into our Qs. Our Qs also were down 2.5% today. Massive down day. You saw we tried to get all the way up to 160, which is pretty insane. So I mean, if we go into the 1 day 1 minute chart, we see a high of 160.72 today, and then just massive movement down, and we closed at 154, even though we got all the way down to 153. So another really massive movement day. Our diamonds, much the same. Diamonds were down, as well as our IWM continuing to give us 52-week lows, new 52-week lows. Now, one of the things that we talked about has been some of these levels of resistance and support. And so we went to another one, and as you can see, we are right there at this kind of lengthy weekly. So if we go into the weekly here on the IWM, and the reason that it's important to look at this is because these are some of our really major areas on the weekly, and our IWM tends to act as a leading indice, and we are going all the way back into September 2017. We haven't seen levels this low since September 2017, and so it is important for us to think about what all of this means when it comes to kind of long-term trajectory. You know, after this, our next stop is going to be 132.13, and then I really see the next level after that in the 114, 115 area. And so it just gives us pause as we continue to think about kind of what's going on here in our charts. Now, one of the things that I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about, and perhaps most importantly, is the VIX was basically even, right? In fact, I think it was exactly even. That's what I saw earlier today, and it does appear that we were right there. Had a ton of movement from 22.51 all the way up to 26. And so 20% intraday movement here in the VIX. But what this tells us, even though the spiders and then some of our other major indices were down big, there is some level of indecision. So not only does VXX and the VIX give us kind of what the market tends to believe is going to happen, it also is an indicator of uncertainty, right? And so we had the spiders down 1.5%, and then everything else down between 1.66 all the way to the Qs down 2.46. You know, and we see massive, typically we see massive movement in volatility, and we simply did not see that today. So that's super important for us to kind of keep in mind and kind of critically think about what's going on there. I do want to spend some time looking at IYR. IYR was down big today. So we've had some pretty significant movement in IYR, all the way down from 80 to 76.75. It looked like we might be gapping up, but then we had another really big down day here in IYR. Certainly bearish, and we see our whole moving average line crossing below our 50, which does give us some level of bearishness here in the chart. Other than that, we had EWZ down 2%, GDX down 5%. GDX down massively here. I mean, this is a huge candle, which is interesting when we go through and consider that our major indices were down big, but so was our gold, and our GDX, our GLD was down 0.61%. Oil was up. We've been spending a lot of time talking about oil recently. Oil was down up after that massive couple of down day trends. And so we do have oil up 2.35%, but we had XOP down 1.35, we had XLE down 1.18, and OIH down 2.89. It's a pretty massive movement continued here. All right, that's it for us today. We'll continue to rock out the rest of the week. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at Ryan, RYAN, at Sell That Option. But these are some of the major indices we need to be taking and critically thinking about. Y'all have a great rest of your week.